One of the enduring stories of Notre Dame's undefeated regular season this past fall involved the tragic events surrounding Manti Te'o, the middle linebacker who became the face of the football team, eventually finishing second in balloting for the Heisman Trophy. On September 12th, Manti Te'o learned that his 72-year-old grandmother, Annette Santiago, had died. Te'o said he was told just 6 hours later that his 22-year-old girlfriend, Lene Kekua, had lost her battle with leukemia. But Lene Kekua did not exist. This news was first reported by Deadspin.com. Manti Te'o has responded to this report. He said, "This is incredibly embarrassing to talk about, but over an extended period of time, I developed an emotional relationship with the woman I met online. We maintained what I thought to be an authentic relationship by communicating frequently online and on the phone, and I grew to care deeply about her. To realize that I was the victim of what was apparently someone's sick joke and constant lies was and is painful and humiliating. It further pains me that the grief I felt and the sympathies expressed to me at the time of my grandmother's death in September were in any way deepened by what I believe to be another significant loss in my life. I am enormously grateful for the support of my family, friends, and Notre Dame fans throughout this year. To think that I shared with them my happiness about my relationship and details that I thought to be true about her just makes me sick. I hope that people can understand how trying and confusing this whole experience has been. In retrospect, I obviously should have been much more cautious. If anything good comes of this, I hope it is that others will be far more guarded when they engage with people online than I was. Fortunately, I have many wonderful things in my life, and I'm looking forward to putting this painful experience behind me as I focus on preparing for the NFL draft." In an interview with ESPN's Gene Wojciechowski for College Game Day on October 2nd, 2012, here's what Te'o said at the time about Kekua and her death.
Possibly the most beautiful girl I've ever met. Not because of her physical beauty, but the beauty of her character and who she is. She was just that person that I turned to. And even though she was fighting leukemia and, fighting various things, she always found time to serve someone else. And her biggest thing to me was always be humble. Always be humble and keep God as my #1 closest friend. And as long as I strive to honor him, I'll be honoring her. And her whole thing was not about herself. And that's why we were so close. When you have somebody that you talk to every single day, that you sleep with on the phone because she's going through a lot of things, and the only way that she can sleep is if she knows that you're on the other side of the phone. And you could do that every single night for the past 4 months. And all of a sudden it's silence. That silence really eats at you. And it's eating at me, and it continues to eat at me, but that's where faith comes in. Why me? Why them? Why all of them one day? And this is 6 hours ago. I just found out Grandma passed away, and you take, the love of my life. Just a lot of questions, and yeah, it was a very dark time. Once in a while I have questions, but not why. Just what would it be like? I wonder how it would be like if she was still here. I wondered what tonight would be like if, we talked about our day. I wonder what she's doing. I wonder how she's doing. I know she's doing fine. I know she's happy. But a lot of I wonders, not why.
Do you remember the last thing you guys talked about?
We're actually talking about my grandma. She was trying to console me, and I was just out of it. And last thing she said to me was, "I love you."
Notre Dame, in its statement today, said the following. On December 26th, Notre Dame coaches were informed by Manti Te'o and his parents that Manti had been the victim of what appears to be a hoax in which someone using the fictitious name Lene Kakua apparently ingratiated herself with Manti and then conspired with others to lead him to believe she had tragically died of leukemia. The university immediately initiated an investigation to assist Manti and his family in discovering the motive for and nature of this hoax. While the proper authorities will continue to investigate this troubling matter, this appears to be, at a minimum, a sad and very cruel deception to entertain its perpetrators.